Final, casting plastic to repair Craftsman's lawnmower hood. William Hovey Smith, 2024.
This is Hovey Smith, the Backyard Sportsman. And today we're going to resume our adventures in casting plastics. In the previous video, we repaired this lawnmower hood by casting in a triangular patch here. And what we used for raw materials were actually knobs from the operating levers of the machine. Well, I've used all of that, and I have a more difficult repair to do here, which will require more material. Consequently, we have gathered some plastic material from the house, including these coat hangers that you see of two different colors, three actually. I believe these are probably a very similar composition plastics, although I have no way of knowing that. Do they have the same melting characteristics? I have no idea. Will they react the same when you heat and attempt to melt them? I have no idea. But that's what we're going to find out. We're going to dress this down to a little smoother surface. We're going to put aluminum foil over here. We're going to hold the work with a 25-pound bag of shot while we cast, and use aluminum foil fencing to seal off this area. And so we're going to proceed. The first thing we're going to do is smooth up this surface right here and right here with a Dremel tool. That will give a slightly smoother surface. It's still going to be pretty rough any way you look at it. We have our sand bed laid down to actually support the work whilst we're doing the casting. And I'm putting this dampened cloth on it to cool the plastic as it pours. Now, because this is a curved surface, I'm going to have to position it as nearly flat as possible. So I'm going to prop it up against the lawnmower tires here. We now have the bottom of the work here supported, and it has the towel and then the sand underneath it. Now, I don't have much room to pour. I must pour straight down here and put enough volume to cover the complete area of the repair. Do I have enough? I don't know. Will all the plastic melt the same? Again, don't know yet. Now, if you were doing this in any engineering school, you would do several steps. The first thing you would do is calculate the volume needed to fill the hole. Then excess and spillage would be added. Then you would consider the density of the material. Okay, what weight of material would you need? All right, another series of calculations. And then you would weigh out that material very precisely, heat it very precisely to the proper temperature, and proceed to do your cast. And if all went well, then all of your material should be used. The void should be completely filled, and it would come up with a good-looking job. We ain't doing none of that. So what we're doing is not science. What we're doing is fun. Play, in other words. And there's nothing wrong with a little adult play from time to time. And if people tell you, oh, you got to be serious all the time, and blah, 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 that's a bunch of bullshit. Have fun with what you do. And if you sometimes fail, well, you certainly will. And sometimes you'll succeed. And that's the fun of it.
To support this channel, buy my outdoor books, business books, novels, and recommend them to your local libraries. Now, in many of my books, I sort of follow the Billy Joe Rubidoux principle of taking what you got and making what you need, as I illustrated in this particular video.
The plastic is melting now. The flame is coming from the top of the lead. I dropped a little piece of plastic down in there, and that's, I think, what's burning. Although some is now starting to come from the pot itself now. Yeah, it is definitely melting. It's still too viscous to pour, however. Okay, that's getting very close. Fire is not extinguishing. There we go. Okay, it did empty the cup, and it's poured down in there. And it is boiling as it sets. Well, let's start examining what we accomplished here. This is a piece of the plastic that dribbled out on the sand. Pretty brittle. Not much strength. We can move our shot bag now. Served its purpose. Almost a paper thin piece. Very brittle. That seems better. Okay, maybe we did some good. Rag was apparently contacted with something. Well, this hole, apparently here to here, is filled. The thicker plastic is firm. Irregular, but it's not bubbly. So I believe we have a good solid repair. I certainly can't stick my fingernail in it. Well, I think we did good there, guys. Doesn't seem to have bothered the previous epoxy I put on it. Did catch a little bit of the cloth here, but I can certainly live with that. Okay. I think that's a success. So, if you're down in the Caribbean and the guy gives you a real good deal on a bass boat, it only has a few 50 caliber bullet holes in it, yeah, you can take your wife's coat hangers and you can patch them. All right. Go to it, guys. But now, this is Hovey Smith, reminding you to hunt what you eat and eat what you hunt. Be legal, be ethical, be safe. Goodbye, God bless, and see you next time.